point I don't actually know my exact body count. I stopped keeping track. It's like definitely over 1,000 for sure.
As human beings, we love to flex. Some would even call it our birthright. We all do it for the love of the game and for the sake of egoing the people around us. And I just love to see stuff like that. I love to see my people thriving and flexing. What's the point of succeeding if you can't flex your success? But some things are just not flexes, like your body count. Don't get me wrong, when you crush for the first time, that is a very much a noteworthy achievement. You can flex that to all your friends. You can flex that to the entire world. I have no issue with that. I'm proud for people that crush buns for their first time. But once you get too many bodies, you need to stop flexing that. You need to just keep that to yourself and shut your mouth, because it's no longer a flex. I stop thinking about them like they're cool and I start thinking about them like they're at risk, because I know for a fact they've contracted all different types of diseases. It gets to a point where they're a weapon of mass destruction. The world government's gonna really start thinking about using them for chemical warfare. Like genuinely, I find flexing too many bodies a little bit disgusting. Like look at Bonnie Blue flexing 1,000 bodies. And I'm gonna hold your balls when I tell you this. Bonnie Blue does not have 1,000 bodies. She clearly has a lot more. She's probably pushing 3,000-4,000.
Brother,
Because to come up with the spontaneous idea to gain 1,000 bodies in 12 hours, you can't be no rookie to be doing this. You must have had couple practices to get those type of times. Like that must have took years and years of practice to perfect that technique to make them all last 2 minutes. And her calculations were mad thorough as well. Low-key, we need to test her IQ, but I feel like she's in the wrong profession. She could be using that mathematical skills for NASA, not for claiming 1,000 bodies in 12 hours. And that's the big issue with flexing now. People's priorities are in the complete wrong place, so they're flexing the wrong things. Like having lots of bodies is not tough, and I'm not even just talking about the Bonnie Blue type of bodies. I'm also talking about them King Von type of bodies. Like yeah, you might have had mad eliminations, you might have even got yourself a 30 bomb in Fortnite, but here's the thing, your KD is 30-1. And that one is very significant because you got sent to the lobby, and you didn't get sent to the lobby that most other people get sent to. You get sent to the lobby downstairs, a very hot and fiery place. Like being a thug is not cool. Like when I be seeing these people be taking rappers chains and watches, it does not look cool. It makes them look broke because they are flexing other people's garms. They are going up on the IG live flexing other people's garms, bragging about it. I'm like, my nigga, sell that. And that's one thing I appreciate about them UK thugs. As soon as they hear a lick, they're reselling it instantly. That's that buy getter mindset that lots of other people need, but instead people start flexing unemployment. And at first I genuinely thought this was a meme. That's why I made a video on it, but I realized this is actually the real thing. And to these types of people, it's genuinely their lifestyle. And I know some people like that. They do not have Indeed downloaded. They've never filled out a job application. They're just unemployed and they love it. And I understand people find happiness in their own way, but being unemployed is not cool. It's not a flex. And this is not me saying that to the people that are unemployed due to unfortunate circumstances, and I'm really sorry if that has happened to you. But this is aimed at the people that genuinely don't help themselves. Because one of my friends has a whole CV. Their CV is hard as well. They did their CV for their work experience, but for some reason they've never came up with a miraculous idea to upload that CV to Indeed. But in truth, that shit's not really none of my business. But what really annoys me is when people flex struggle. Like a nigga will tell you that both of his parents were fentanyl fiends and you don't understand how he feels and that his struggle is the worst out of all the struggle. And then what annoys me is that they'll start getting mad at you for having 2 loving parents. And that shit really just pisses me off, because niggas are choosing like, I chose my parents, stuff like that. No, my nigga, that shit really just comes down to RNG. Like, I apologize that you were unlucky to have fiend parents, but they'll still get mad at me like I was the one that laced their parents. And that's not me saying in no way, shape or form that you shouldn't be talking about your struggles, your hardships and stuff like that. Yeah, cool, talk about it, but don't compare struggles and hardships. That shit really just pisses me off. But don't get me wrong, I grew up very privileged and I have a very beautiful, loving family, things of that nature. But don't hate on me just because I have that though. Like one time I was in a good mood, I must have been smiling. A nigga came up to me and said, I know you grew up good, I know you grew up sweet, you never had to struggle a day in your life, you don't even know what I've gone through. Like it was a Monday morning. I was mad giddy about the Lucci and Luffy rematch, but then a nigga comes up to me and starts spoiling my mood, telling me about his backstory. But what annoys me even more is when people start fake flexing struggle. And these types of people here are always trying to force the thug lifestyle. I believe if you're from a loving 2-parent household, apart from one person, you should not be indulging in that thugness. And I knew a guy like that in secondary school. He was arguably one of the richest guys in our year. He had a swimming pool in one of his houses. He had generational wealth set up for him, but for some reason he decided to jump on the road thing and try be a roadman. And the thing is, he doesn't even get paid to do that shit like other people. He was an intern. He was doing volunteering work. He would literally volunteer to engage in criminal activities. Like it really amazes me how messed up some people's priorities are. Like if people put that same energies into jobs jobs, maybe volunteering into jobs. If people volunteered for jobs, TGI Fridays would not be closing down. And this same intern GM that went to my secondary school, he now has a Mercedes AMG, which his parents bought for him, which is like 120k for a 24 plate Mercedes AMG. But the only difference is he's repping the same group as Russ Millions. Like, I can't fathom why one person would want to do that. Like, why do you want to live life on hard mode? He had everything set up for him, but he decided to live his life on maximum difficulty. Why? I one time saw this guy with a ballion stepping into his 24 plate AMG when I was on my way to the barbers. I was so vexed. My nigga, you have an AMG! You do not need to be doing this shit! But hey, for the sake of my sanity, I'm gonna end this video off.
This was a Haywa production.